Welcome to Season 3 of Assetto Corsa Competizione, hosted by IRC Esports.
And we are green, we have begun racing.
Welcome.
Endurance race of the season, finally bringing it into our main series as well. We're here for round 4, so it should be a fun one. Along with me is our trusty colleague and heavy duty streamer, I have this acid, and joining me shortly will be the real ST. He's making a nice little comeback, and he should be our main commentator for today. Let's wait and see if our boys are in the grid. Acid, can you give us a status check on that? Probably, if it is, let's jump into the action.
Definitely. You can just give me a minute to. I'm trying to get into the server right now, but it does seem like we are starting very, very soon.
Sure. All right. So it's a 90-minute race. Now, if you were to probably compare that with any other real race that may not exactly gel well with the definition of an endurance race, but alas, this is our first take at it in the main series, and so as not to completely obliterate our poor sprint runners, we are starting them off easy with a 90-minute race around Silverstone. So after every 3 races or after every 3 rounds, we have an endurance event, and this time we're taking it home with Silverstone. So it's going to be a fun one, definitely for sure. I mean, it's now more than ever is where you can really talk to the crowd and give them an understanding that lap one does not seal the deal. You make a fool of yourself and screw up a few cars, no problem. You've got a lot more time ahead to fix those issues, penalize them properly, obviously, to the maximum. But at least with respect to race ending smashes, it's not all done and dusted in corner one. And that's actually a lovely change of pace to see from our previous races. Should definitely be an interesting one here tonight. Well, it's actually a little bit of a late start, if you ask me. 8:30 to our we've got quali followed by a race, so it should be a very long session indeed for our drivers. And luckily, it's the start of the weekend, so what better way to to kick off that? Acid. Any status updates on what's going on? And other than that, are you also excited to see what's in store?
Definitely, it's going to be really fun to watch. And the update we have is that was a quick restart to the server, and we should be starting quali soon. I am still trying to get into the server as of now. So we got that going for us.
Yeah, try joining in without a password. That should put you in spectator mode. Hopefully.
I
Then
do hope
again,
so.
we've got a lot of streamers streaming. We've got Masoom, Helium, and Trucker streaming. You can check out their stream, their individual driver POVs in content. If you are in the community and on the Discord server, you should be able to access that as well. SD, have you fixed your mic issue? You with us?
Yep. Sorry about that. Had some minor technical difficulties, but I'm back, hopefully, for now.
Good to have you back, man. How's it going? You've been out of the picture for a long time. What's up, my man?
It's been going great. Really fantastic, to be honest with you. A little break is always good for you, I would say. But yeah, I'm ready to be back with a bang, and hopefully we're going to see a very interesting 90-minute race because, as you said, there are a lot of sprint runners, people who like sprint races. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy and what mindset they follow for a longer race. And yeah, we should be looking for a bumper event.
And as we say that, finally we've got our first depiction. We've got Ghost in his Ghostbusters car going off it to turn one. But quali has begun. So I will leave it to you, ST and Acid, to take it away.
Definitely.
Yep. So, as at Silverstone, 90 minutes. What do you think is the best way to go?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
what I gotta say is the Silverstone, a lot of high speed corners where it's very like it eats your tires up very easily, especially the left hand side tires because it's a clockwise circuit. But do note that some cars are better on their tires compared to others. For a fact, I know that the Aston Martins and the McLarens are really bad on tire wear. So there definitely is going to play a huge factor in the strategy. But I feel people who are on the Bentleys, who are on the Astons, will definitely have a faster car, but may suffer at the end of the stint with high tire wear. So really excited to see
Definitely.
how they
And
tackle.
definitely. And endurance racing is mostly a mind game. So we're going to have to see who does pull off the master stroke with strategy and who keeps it consistent, keeps it clean, and keeps it going till the end. We're like going to have to see how that works out for everyone.
Yep, definitely. We're on board Ninja Zero right now, and yeah, that livery. What do you think about it? Quite like it, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it is a beautiful livery. I'm a die-hard McLaren fan myself, and it is beautiful to watch the livery come to life on another McLaren
Yeah,
over here.
Yeah, it's definitely a twist on the McLaren Gulf livery, which they showed in Monaco. But yeah, the colors do gel together very well.
No, I
But yeah,
believe
it's not about.
it's the 2020 livery with the V Races one.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It is the 2020 livery with the V Races one, which you see in the rainbows on the Velo, and we have the number 4 for the driver Landon Norris. So that's good to watch.
Yeah, I missed that.
A rising
Yeah,
star.
I missed that. You're right. Yeah, he goes as we say of the livery. It's not about the livery. It's all about the driver behind. And yeah, he goes P6 with that first lap time. Who is on track? Who is looking quick? Let's just
If
scroll
I
through
may
the
interject
drivers.
for just a moment, Acid, we
Yeah.
don't hear anything from the game. We can only hear you commentators, and that's fine. But when we've got lovely roaring GT3, we would want to hear them as well. And
I
also
got it.
take it as an opportunity to probably get used to the camera system, helicopter shots, and all that right now because it's quali. Yeah, that's just my two
Yeah.
cents.
Could you
Sorry.
quickly walk me through how to change to the UI, the heads-up display?
Welcome to Season 3 of Assetto Corsa Competizione, hosted by IRC Esports.
And we are green, we have begun racing.
Okay,
We are
this-
back. We are back live.
Oh yeah.
Quali
My-
again.
I don't know why this is happening, but apologize for that.
I think it's the number keys, if I'm not wrong. I'm not accustomed to the UI, but I think it's one of the number keys. Give it a
Could
try.
be.
Let me have a look. Just bear with me. F7 camera options.
Yep, there are 7 camera options.
No, I meant to say press F7.
I think the game audio should be good now.
Let me have a look.
Try pressing F7. I think that might be the cycling between camera.
Yep, it is. It is a lovely GT3
Yep.
Ferrari. That's good. But on the camera front,
So yeah. Think
As you see
yeah,
that
yeah.
a bunch of cones knocked over by the drivers as we are heading to Maggots and Beckets. We're on board with Aditya over here.
But they are currently in P27, try to hustle that Ferrari through the Meggetts and Beckett chapel section. It's very important not to go wide at the exit because it's all about that exit that you carry through the hangar strip. Because these cars, unlike F1, they don't have DRS, so it's all about the exit and it's all about how much speed you carry out of the corners. As we move into the Stowe corner, try to hit the apex. Don't go too wide because this track is very harsh on track limits. You can easily get a invalidated lap time or a track extent without even going 4 wheels off. And yeah, at the exit of Vale, we go on to the Lewis Hamilton Straight, which has been renamed recently. We
seriously? Oh my
Yes,
god.
yes, it is the Lewis Hamilton Straight as we move over to the F1 Turn 1 and we go on to arena, which is really tough because you're braking while turning here, so it's very important to do some cascade braking and go off throttle as he clatters the curb there and unsettles his car. This section, the that corner, arena corner, is very difficult because you need a very good front end, but you need to be very early on the exit, so you don't want to activate your TC there. So it's a very what do you call important balancing act there as we are on board Charles Leclerc now, the beautiful BWT Mercedes livery. I never thought I would see a BWT and Mercedes in the same car, but anyway, it goes around.
Just a second.
Yep.
Just kind of before we get into the race, Acid F1 is to cycle through the cameras. F2 is a random camera. F3 is a track camera.
Yep.
Control numpad of 1, 2, 3 is to switch cars.
Is to switch.
Like,
Switch previous next car.
Welcome to Season 3 of Assetto Corsa Competizione, hosted by IRC Esports.
I don't know why
OBS is
there
hot.
are hotkeys to begin with.
that's okay.
This
It's
is-
a preset.
Alright. My question was a little bit different though. My question was, how do I change? Oh, there it is. There it is. There
Yeah.
it is. This is what I was looking for. Okay. I don't know how I
Press
did
enough
it.
buttons, you'll find your way.
Yeah, I don't know how I did
Yeah.
it, but it happened. It worked out.
As we move into the final minute of qualifying, I think we should concentrate on the P1 guys here, top guys there. So, yeah, at the moment, I think Davlish Singh is P1 in his beautiful Huracan GT3. So really, he has been lighting up the timing sheets in every race that we have seen. But I mean, until now, it didn't work out in the races. But I think he'll be looking to capitalize and really score good points here because I think uh, there are more points on offer for P1 to P20. So they definitely he'll be want to close. He want to close the gap on the top of the championship leaders at the moment. So yeah, he has a 4 tenths gap to Masoom, which on this track is pretty huge, I would say. But yeah,
Let's
I
go
think
on
he's
board Masum and see what he is up to.
Yep.
If we can find him. We have Prakar Watson P3 as expected as we go on board Masum.
he's behind traffic, so I won't think that this lap will be an improvement. And luckily for him, the traffic moves out of the way. He moves on to the Wellington Straight. Another beautiful Ferrari. His livery is also very good. I think it's inspired by the real life Ferrari, real life livery what the Ferrari uses. So in the championship. So yep, there definitely it's something to look, something to behold. As he rounds up the final corner, will he improve? We will see as he moves, as he goes over the start finish straight. Oh, and so close.
Extremely close, just 300ths of a second off W Singh. And what's interesting was Ghost just finished a lap as well. That did initially put him ahead of Not So Masoom, but Masoom has come back at it and just 300ths of a second or close to 400ths of a second off pole time. But we here have a pole sitter, and it is W Singh who takes pole with a 157.213.
Really close at the top there. If if we can see such gaps and such closeness of lap times throughout the entire 90 minutes, then we definitely will be entertained.
Oh, it's gonna be a
And
good race.
yeah, yep. The Ferrari and the Lambo here are pretty good. The Ferrari is really good because it has a lot of downforce, but interesting to see the Lambo being so quick as well. So definitely the Devlishing has been driving that car off its rails right now.
Definitely.
Moving down the list, I think we have Prakhar who has done a good qualifying session in the Audi. It's 4 tenths off P1 there. Alfie, who has been really the star performer in this championship, he's been doing really great throughout the last 3 rounds and 6 races. So it'll be interesting to see how he can hold his caliber throughout the entire 90 minutes. We have the No More Propi or Dipanshu, you guys will know him. He is P8 in the McLaren. I would say with minimal practice that he had, I think he has done a terribly good job there, finishing P8. Moving down, P10, the usual performers. Helium doing really good. Akbar in the Porsche, the one of the four leading Porsches, I would say. P11. And yeah, the grid looks ready. We have a 4 minute countdown until the race, until the formation lap is. Until we have a formation lap, I think. I'm not sure about it, but I think we have a full formation lap on today. So
Okay, yeah,
yep,
we
we have
might
four
have a
minutes.
full formation lap on today. You're right. And this 4 minutes wait, I'm not really sure how it works, but do you think the tire temperatures drop massively in the 4 minutes, or do they stay stable at that point?
So yeah, in my opinion, I think if you're not on this, I'm not sure. I have not been backed by others as well. But if you're not on the setup screen making your setups, the tire temperatures do drop because the car gets lifted off the jacks immediately. So the thing is, if you're not on the setup screen in the last 30 seconds, the tires do get really cold. But since if I looking like it's going to be a full formation lap, so it doesn't matter because you will
Yeah,
get your
we're gonna
time
get
to,
it all back. You're right.
yeah, get back up to temperature. So I think in the chat, if you can see, I think Charlie Leclerc did the first mistake of the day. His lap was done on map 2, which is definitely not the fastest map for quali, if you're to consider. So yeah, I think he'll try to capitalize on a poor performance quali because I think he's not in the top 20. If I'm not wrong. Yep, definitely. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see how far he gets after the end of 90 minutes.
Let's see what position he is starting at. As we can take a quick look at the liveries. As I see one I already like very much. Um,
Yep,
let's see who that is. It is Mr. Harry Rocks. And let's
Harry
try to get a.
Rocks.
It's a Budweiser
Ooh.
and raw livery, which is absolutely beautiful. Let's start from the front really quickly. Um,
I don't think we have the
Lis-
livery set for. I don't think you have the livery downloaded for him. But yeah, it's okay. We can move on to
um,
P2.
P2,
Uh,
we
we
have Not So
Clearly
Masoom
talked
with his
about Mas.
classic livery. We already
Yep.
did talk about the. Here's a Bumblebee type livery from Ghost. I wonder if there's a better. better camera angle we can use for.
Yep. We,
I'm
we'll
trying to
get to know once
figure it
he's
out.
on track, hopefully.
Right, and here
Yeah.
it is for Ghost Prakhar Vats with his livery, and
Seems a bit of
that's
since it's an inspiration from the Indian flag, don't you think? With the
little
stripes,
bit
with the orange
more.
stripes.
He's gone more of for a black, matte black look, which
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
Here is one from Alfie, which
Alfie.
is a Linkin Park livery, which I really like as well. Everyone is getting so
Yeah.
creative with it. Oshad Panda with the Ural Kali and Ural Chem BMW, which we love to see. Ninja Zero, we talked about him. It's the McLaren livery that we love to see. The 2020. We have Propi with the white. What is that? Do you have any idea what that is? I cannot
It
read
looks one
that
of the
away.
presets you just download from Race to Part and stick it because I have no idea what inspiration or it suits his personality or not. So I can't literally tell you if you ask me. So
Yeah,
let's move on from that.
we have Baba with the blue and red livery, ultraviolet blue. Nice to see. We have Helium with the Aston Martin Cognizant livery, which is really nice in the British Racing Green. Akbar Kumar in the Porsche livery. I think this is one of the basic ones. We have
Looks
another
like it.
Aston Martin in a darker, more reflective and pearlescent, and
Yep.
another Aston Martin in all white. As we do have the car starting out, so let's go on board so we can actually
It looks
see.
like it. There looks like there are a lot of Aston Martins on the grid today that we missed out while qualifying.
Oh,
Yep.
definitely, and there it is. It's just a white livery, and we have Tanish with British Racing Green, Akbar. Let's see what Baba has in store. I believe we might be able to get a better camera angle over here. All of them coming down on their formation lap. You can see Ghost's livery looks nice.
Yep.
We see the McLarens coming in. We have three McLarens right behind each other: Ninja, Ropi, and Baba. And let's
Really
see a
interesting
quick
to see
look.
because it's really interesting because those three did 8 hours of Silverstone in McLaren in the same team. So definitely they would choose that car because they have the best setups and are used to that car on this track.
Right,
Yeah,
I
it's really
just
interesting
see
to see how far.
Harry Roxer with the Budweiser and Raw livery, and that has to be one of my favorites, if not the most favorite out of everyone on the grid. But I believe we do have some anime ones coming up. If we
Yep.
can get some nice angles. Who is this? This is Guardian with what seems like a basic livery for now. Maybe he does have other liveries in store for next week.
It looks like the Alpha Tauri kind of. If you
Yes.
can get the color schemes right.
Then we have KG
Okay.
with, yes, there we go. The animated reels we were talking about. That's one of them.
Yeah, the first one of the lot.
We have Koshik with going with the basic black. We have another Aston Martin of 8 cylinders in the purple that we usually see KC in, but today it is 8 cylinders racing in the purple. We have Electric in his custom red livery with this Ferrari with, and he is repping IRC and F1 as we can see, and his livery is also a really well made one, which he did make himself. And Chalilok with the pink that we saw before.
Purple.
We have
Yep.
Kake. What is this? This is interesting.
Like a maroon fade with gold.
Yeah,
McLaren.
I like that. I like that. Supreme Leader Aladdin with his basic livery as always. We have Sid Kulkarni. We have
The second
KC.
Lambo.
Yep.
Actually, another Lambo.
We have KC
KC
with his livery
Yeah,
that
with
we've
the-
seen. Beautiful as always. Sparsh with the pink. Aditya and Dawn
Monster
at the end of
Energy.
the pack.
Yeah.
We have
So I think the drivers are at the final sector, warming up their tires. Soon they will have to go. They will have to go double file, so that they can start the race.
really quickly
Almost-
before that, I'm going to turn on the full track map, which I don't know why I don't already have. Uh,
Hard circuit.
okay. Oh well, this is what we stick with for now. Until maybe there's.
Whenever we'll find a break, whenever
Yep,
we'll
when
find a
there's a
break
lull
in
in
the
the
action.
action, we'll get right on it. As you can
Yep.
see, we have Masum getting a little jumpy on the start, but Davlish is controlling the pack right now, and he will be approaching the start finish line, and we're going to be off soon. Again, we see Masum take a little lunge forward, try to keep the gap to an absolute minimum and try to get the most out of the start.
Yep. It's a round off the final corner, going up across the line. We'll get the fresh start of the first two.
Green light, green light. Go,
And
go, go.
there's the
It's
green light, and
green.
off we go. Davlish
Yep.
gets a good
Who's
start,
that?
just manages to keep Masum out of the way. Masum is on his tail, but gets a much better exit. He goes and pulls on alongside as they go into Maggie's Beckett. He backs off slightly. Let's see what's going on with the rest of the pack. They all seem to be doing all right as of now. It is an endurance race. Everyone will be taking it easy and will be trying not to lunge into turn one, as it is about survival for the next 90 minutes. And the safer you are, the better it is, the higher chances of finishing up. So this is going to be interesting to watch. Everyone is keeping it clean. Our order seems to be unchanged as of now.
Yep. I think the drivers get pretty clean and pretty civil through the first sector. But yeah, it's a really long race. I think these guys have the good mentality to just keep it chill in the first laps and try to gap themselves and try to get the strategies bang on. So yeah, it's been a really great start. But I think as I said, there is a yellow flag at the back of the grid. So let's just go back to the action if we can.
Definitely. Let's do that. There is a yellow flag. I wonder what that's for, as there's too wide between Kaushik and 8 cylinders. But they do seem to have come out it safely. I can't find the source of the flag, but we've seen Lovely Singh is already pulled out a 1.2 second gap.
Yep, I think he doesn't want to just stick around the pack longer. He just wants to gap them and try to conserve his tires on doing so as well. So it'll be interesting to see how far he can take those tires in this race, because at this moment I think he's just pushing too hard to his maximum. Battle for P3 is really interesting, as Prakhar is just putting on the pressure on Ghost, waiting for Ghost to make a mistake, but Ghost is taking really clean as Prakhar tries to go around the outside but decides otherwise and backs off and tries to make a move on the other lap.
And we do
as
have
we see
someone going off.
Ferrari. Is that Alfie? I think that was Alfie who went wide at the exit.
Oh yes, he did, and he is still going wide, and he has lost a bunch of possessions because of it.
Yep, that's not what you would want in the first race, to get dirt on his tires and unnecessarily increase the entire wear of the tire wear. So yeah, this is interesting. You would have to think otherwise, because again, tire wear is paramount around this track, and if you have a driving style which doesn't suit the tire conservation, then yeah, you'll be really struggling at the end of the stint after 40 minutes or so. So yeah, let's move forward, I think. But rear of the pack, I think who is the best amp among the silvers? I think it's Helium, right?
That may be right. Yep.
Yep. You already see around a couple of packs for forming in the front. Yeah, the top 10 are miles clear already. After in front of the later half of the pack. So yeah.
Right. But the closest battle we see right now is the gap, I believe, between the top 5, as it is. They're all in their own train, and it's interesting to watch as they are very, very close. Prakhar Vats is right on the tail of Ghost, and the gap between almost everyone is within 5 tenths to a second. So it is really, really close, at least in the top 5. And it's going to be some really spicy racing and a lot of wheel-to-wheel action, I believe, now.
The listing is around 4 tenths a lap quicker than P2 Masoom. So yeah, he doesn't want to hang around. Seems like his
Definitely,
strategy
but
right now is.
sorry, go ahead.
I think his strategy right now is just to push. This is right pace. Who knows? People might not show their true pace at this moment because they would just want to hang around and just try to hang back and just try to conserve their tires. What do you think is the right way to go right now?
True. I think what Masoom is doing, he's playing the long game. He is not trying to close the gap right now. He knows there are 1 minute and 1 hour and 25 minutes into the race, and he knows there's a lot of time to go. So there's no point pushing the tires, getting unnecessary wear just to pull a gap or just to catch up. He knows it's a long race. He's playing the long game, and I think he's being smart about it. W Singh is pushing. We don't know how much tire he might be conserving, but he is definitely going a lot faster than his competitors, so we're gonna have to see how his tires hold up.
As we were speaking about the listing, I think the first driver to come into the pit, Charles Leclerc, might be due to damage because someone spun and lost it at the end in Abbey. So
Right.
let's just see. I think we might have missed the action there, but yeah. Hopefully there no one took damage from that. But yeah, we move on board Aditya right now.
See Don going really wide, but
yeah, I
coming
think
back just
in that corner, I think it's not that. I mean, it doesn't give you a track cut. It doesn't give you a track warning. It just gives you a corner cut, which is easy to rack up throughout the race. But you still need to keep that in the back of your head because too many track cuts might give you a warning.
As you see, Electric going off a little bit and just having a tiny moment to the gravel, but he does keep it together and he is right on the back of Propi. And Propi's in P19 is now right behind KC, and KC's had a good start. KC started a little bit more down the order, if I believe, and Propi did not start in P19 as far as I believe. So KC's either overtaken him or something's gone wrong with Propi. As we see, he does have a little bit of damage, I believe. As we can see, the front right.
Yeah, definitely has some damage. I think he did not.
Left.
He was one of the front runners to get to lose out in the first couple of laps. So yeah, I think he'll be looking forward to this move as we see Casey. Oh, there's contact.
There
Two
is
cars
contact
in that corner.
and
yep.
It seems like Kake and Casey have had a collision, and Casey's in the grass doing some donuts, trying to get back on track. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh, there's the second one.
No. Yeah,
one more?
This is
Oh,
no,
that livery.
I don't think one more, but I think this is just costing him very valuable time.
That's really unfortunate, as he does drop P25 as one of the.
All the hard work done in the front laps just gone down the gutter.
That's unfortunate, but his livery, there's a beautiful mocker couple ace on the left and right with the chef's hat, so that's that's good to see.
Yeah, I'm sure Kapil will be doing the same thing when he saw the mistake from Casey. It's really fun. It's really fun to see the liveries and the creativity that people put into them. Yeah. But yeah, that was a very costly mistake. I don't know who was at fault as a commentator. You can just guess. I think 2 cars into that corner doesn't go. I would give that as a racing. But yeah, we'll see what the stewards say at the end. But that's very huge for Casey because he has to gain back all the time that he lost, and that's not that easy. It's still 1 hour 20 minutes to go. A lot can happen, but it's not like there's enough time to just be a pit stop down or a lap down and get that back. We see another yellow flag. Who is that on the left side?
We did see someone right now, and we're gonna have to see who that is. It was a purple car, and it might have been 8 cylinders, I believe, as he does go off yet again. And this is unfortunate. Yeah. I think he just had a little moment, and now he's dropped back to P19, and we see Ghost is coming into the pits really early. What's going on over here?
I don't see any damage. I mean, you cannot see right now because in the pits, but this can't be a strategic because it's literally just 19 minutes into the race.
Could it be 8 cylinders having a little moment with Ghost? What do you think?
I think Ghost was in P3. I don't think 8 cylinders.
Yeah, and 8 cylinders was about in the top 10, I guess. But yeah, something may have happened. We don't know yet.
We might have missed that action, folks, but we'll see what happens because this throws a big spanner in the works. Anyone can get the final podium for the race because uh, the top, I would say there are 5 contenders or 6 contenders here who are really good enough to stay close to each other. Those are the lovely Singh, Masoom, Prakhar, Ghost, and Alfie. I'm not
Right.
sure about the other contenders if they have the true outright pace, but yeah, it's going to be really good for people who are further down the top 10. This is going to be
So we can see the
positions, but
pace
yeah,
differences where right behind KG there's about a 4 second and more gap opening up, and above that we have Dwajin and KG and Violent Gandhi, all of them very close to each other in a train along with Harry Rocks. Prakhar once again has pulled a gap from that train, and we have another train forming between him, Akbar Kumar, and those two are at it. And with Helium in P5, which is really great for him, he has had a good start to the race. He's got a couple of positions, as Alfie is also right in front of Helium, and we have Babaji in P3. He's inherited that third position from Ghost going into the pits. I wonder what happened there, but he is
I think
currently in P3 and
yeah, I think
followed by.
judging by Prakhar was sorry, I think sorry to cut you off, but I think judging by Prakhar was P6. I think there was a contact between the both of them because Prakhar was P4 before we moved on to him. So yeah, there might have been some argy-bargy or some collision between the two, but yeah, let's
Definitely,
move
there
on.
could have been something, but that's very
Yep.
unfortunate for both of them. As we have Masoom now in P1.
What happened to
Wait.
has he
What happened over
disconnected?
here? What happened to Davli Singh? Well,
Yeah. Is it another one of those disconnections that he was facing in the previous session
oh
as well?
no, that is really unfortunate. If it is, I'm just gonna run down the grid really quick to see. And I do not see his name pop up anywhere, and that might be the disconnect that he
Really
was
unfortunate for
facing. That's
that.
really unfortunate. Just leading, he got pole, he's starting, pulled out a gap, and to have a disconnect like this must be really disheartening. You feel
Yep.
for him for sure, but Masoom for now does inherit P1 with Worship the Panda in P2 and Babaji in P3. So that we have a few people who have made the pit stops, being Ghost and Charlolok, due to damage limitations, I believe. But it is a long game, so people might be playing out certain strategies. We'll have to see how it comes out in the end.
Yeah, I have some inside intel on Devli Singh. I think he had a power cut right now. So yeah, very unfortunate.
Oh,
And
that's
that
so unfortunate.
power cut might have affected Ghost because I think he got damaged from that. His car just going straight on.
Oh,
So yeah, really unfortunate for him and Ghost, who
both of
got
them,
caught
yeah.
up in the
It's.
caught up in the mess.
Did you see a panda on the rear of Worship the Panda's car, which does say again Worship the Panda. So a lot of effort being put
This
in
is
deliveries by our fellow racers over here. We'll be able to get a really good angle of it right there. There it is. Worship the Panda. Good to see. But we
yep.
have Babaji right on the tail of Panda, just about 4 tenths off and gaining in the McLaren.
You can forget about overtaking the people on the streets with the McLaren especially. But yeah, you can send it down you can send it down the inside of the corners. But on the streets, BMW is a rocket ship. You cannot overtake that
Definitely.
beast
So
of a car.
Baba's gonna have to try to get it done in the corners before the exit, because then the BMW is just gonna run away.
Yep. I think in the middle sector is where the BMW will struggle due to it's a very heavy car. It's a very heavy car, and also it doesn't have that much aerodynamic efficiency as compared to the McLaren. So, yep,
Right.
we'll see. Follows. Baba is, I think he's biding his time by this moment because I think he had a couple of chances where he could just send down the inside. So he's looking to bide his time. He's waiting for mistakes from Panda, eyeing out his opponent and seeing where he's strong, where he's weak. So yeah, he might be seeing a change of position soon.
Right, as we see, he is still maintaining the gap around 4 times. Let's move a little bit down the grid and see what other close battles we do have. We have Violent Gandhi and KG with just about 3 10s behind them. Violent Gandhi and KG both in the Aston Martins, so this is going to be interesting to watch.
Yep, equally paced cars, just the difference is the drivers themselves and maybe damage. So we will find out where the former, that is Valentante's strengths are as we go on board KG right now. And looks like the cars are pretty equal. You don't see any damage anywhere, so it's going to be a straight fight between the two drivers. They go into turn one. Car looks really stable, going a little bit wide, but not extending the track so as to not get a track cut. Going into maggots, going into Beckett's, mounting the curve. Make sure you don't mount it too much so that you get slow puncture. You get the exit of Chapel. Since these cars are very, like, they have less aero compared to F1, you will not see that much of a extreme effect. But he is trying to go down the inside. Really sent it no decides
I think
otherwise.
he
And
just decided
lives
to back
quite
off
far
at that
another day.
one.
Yep, decided to live to fight for another day, and yeah, that was right.
So this is going to be an interesting battle to watch out for. Let's take another look around and see what's happening over here. As you do have Ashrock and Pro P going side by side. What's happening here?
This two cars into this doesn't go. One car has to go wide, and yep, Shock
Right.
just goes wide.
As we
And
see,
Pro P takes
Propi
the advantage.
took the inside line. I think he braked more, made the corner, and Ashrock just went that bit wide. So good to see that it didn't end in tears for them. They did manage to figure it out. You see, even Supreme Leader Aladdin is trying to get in on this battle, and he is making these few lunges forward towards Shrock. I believe he might just be able to get the overtake done. Let's go on board Shrock and seeing Aladdin pull away closer to him.
Mercedes Aladdin doesn't look like it has too much straight line speed with the Livestream as well. I think he has set the car up for the corners. So yeah, looks
That
like
could be
it's gonna
possible
be
with
one of
Ninja
those.
catching up to Aladdin as well. And
Yeah.
Propi has already pulled out a gap of 1.4 seconds. So Propi is definitely on a charge with his lap time 2 seconds quicker than his rival behind.
Yeah, I think Shock did have a very bad lap there, but yeah, he would want to compose himself and get the composure back and try to take this lap corner by corner and try not to lose any time. So yeah, Aladdin trying to eye his opponent up, trying to see where he is strong, where he's weak, and looks like he didn't get a good enough run, and Ninja is right on his tail going into stove. Will Ninja try to send on the inside? It's too far away to do that. Yeah. Maybe it's the next corner when Ninja is looking forward to sending.
Definitely, as we are seeing a couple of these trains forming up, and not many people being able to get past each other as of now. But I feel when tire wear does become quite an issue, then we're gonna see a lot of overtaking, as people who have saved up their tires that tad bit more will have the pace advantage and will be able to push the car that much more and get past the other cars. See, Aladdin is getting ever so close, just about 3/10 off now, and Ninja is
He's poking.
got a
Yeah,
good
Aladdin is poking his car. Yeah, for a better exit. But Aladdin is trying to poke his car and show and tell Shock that yep, I am there. One small mistake from you, and I'm just gonna send it down
putting
to
the
inside.
pressure on.
Yep, he's trying to basically. He might be trying to just give a dummy and try to make Shock go wide. Try to push him wide without actually pushing him, if you know what I mean. So
True.
yeah.
That would be quite a big brain strategy, and if anyone, I could see Aladdin doing it.
Yep, it's a big brain himself.
Okay, let's go a little bit further up the grid and see what's going on over there. We have Dwarjan still on the tail of Harry Rocks, and the gap is just about 8-9 tenths, and it has been that for a few laps. So I feel like that might be a battle that may boil up a little bit later. We have the top 5 all separated by a little bit. They're all running their own races as of now.
Did you notice that Panda has dropped from P2 to P6? Might have done a mistake somewhere. because the last time we saw him, he was P2. So yeah, that is interesting. That is definitely interesting.
Definitely. Let's see if we can spot any visual damage in his car, because that may be able to tell us if it was a little bit of an incident or just something like going off track. And there doesn't seem to be any damage, so I think maybe it was just he overshot a corner and went into the gravel for a little bit and lost those positions.
Yeah,
But
it's
we
very
have
easy to lose position if you make mistakes.
definitely.
I would have imagined that.
But we do have Helium now inheriting P4, and it's been a great start of the race for him. I believe he started outside the top 10, and now he is currently in P4. As Charlie Luck, we see, is getting lapped by the cars. As sorry, Prakarvats is also now gonna try to get a move. Helium has lapped, and Alfie and Babaji are also close together. I believe the gap may be somewhere close to about 7 to 8 tenths of a second.
Yep,
Masoom
Masoom
is quite a ways up the road.
He's around 18 seconds of 20.
Right, he is about
10
about
seconds,
11,
sorry.
11 seconds off, because as
Yeah.
we see Casey now in P24 is having a lonely races now, and we see Masoom is about 6 seconds behind him and will be trying to lap him soon, which is unfortunate for Casey, but it is a long race. He can make his way back. He just got to put his head down and push forward.
Yeah, we say it's a long race, but there's only one mandatory pit stop, and I think we will just be doing one in itself because a full tank can get you easily 45 minutes. So it's deceiving in a way that you can see that you can come back after a mistake, but the time flies, I would say. So 1 hour, 8
Definitely,
minutes
but
to go.
the
It's going to
the
be really
issue
difficult for Casey.
the issue here is that even though let's say there's an hour and 10 minutes left, an hour and 10 minutes is a lot of time for other drivers to also make mistakes. So
Yep.
all you have to do on your part is try to keep it clean, keep your head cool, and just finish the race. And a lot of people usually later into the races they tend to get a bit more complacent, tend to make mistakes, and that's where it all goes wrong. So that's where the mind game comes into play, where you have to stay strong and push forward.
Yep. It's really all about consistency in these endurance races, and 90 minutes, although being a bit of a short time for an endurance race, it still takes a toll in the long run. So it's going to be really difficult for you to just keep your focus, keep those laps coming, bang in those lap times each and every lap, and yeah, it's going to be
You
interesting.
see, Baba has gotten ahead of Alfie at this point.
We
Alfie
did see
just
Alfie making a mistake, so I think
right.
that was the moment.
So Baba has inherited the position and is pulling away a tad bit from Alfie, but Alfie's definitely going to come back. As we see some action over here with Prakhar and Helium, and Helium just drops back as Prakhar takes the position from him and pulls away a gap already. Maybe Helium just conceded, thinking that Prakhar is a way quicker driver anyway, just let him go and not lose too much time. But Prakhar seemed to have got the move done quite easily.
Yep, that was. I think Helium knows he's been pulling a lot than his weight, because being an AM driver, he's P5 overall, which is really good, really interesting, really right from him, because I feel the AM drivers are around 11 P11, so he's been doing really great in this race, keeping it clean and definitely
Definitely
looking
he's
for a
punching
top
above
5.
his weight, and it's good to see.
Yep. For him right now, it's just a class win, I would say, because overall, to be honest, for a driver who is not in the leading class, is it's all about winning your own class. So yeah, we're looking forward to win it.
Right, and he is a long ways off from his own class, so that's good to see as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he is due for an upgrade.
Yep. I think it might be after today's performance. Guys, look forward to it in the next race if you can.
Some driver promotions possibly going on behind the scenes.
Yeah. The top 4 are your usual top contenders, if you may say so. Awesome.
Yep.
Still in the mid 59s, doing really good. Lap times there, really consistent from him.
as we'll just scroll around the grid and see if there are any battles going on. As we see, Dwajin has gotten ahead of Harry Rocks.
This is a good battle for the later half of the top 10. Yeah, there are a lot of gaps forming already, so it's very difficult for people to follow with the dirty air scene.
Right, and the track is such where there's not many mistakes you can afford because it is punishing with the gravel. So you might not want to send it every corner.
Yep, I mean you would not want to send it every corner, every race. So irrespective of gravel or not, but yeah, it's good to see people are driving really clean. Barring that, we saw only one incident where there was contact between the competitors. So that was between KKC and Kakis. But other than that, it's been pretty clean. Whatever we capture, so really we're going good. Going good for
Definitely.
now.
As we see again, Ninja Zero is still behind Supreme Leader Aladdin, as Shrock has now dropped behind them, and this was the battle we were looking at earlier, but Ninja has managed to get past him, but Aladdin has pulled a 2.3 second gap already, so Ninja will be looking to try to cover that gap up. As we see, Electric... Go ahead.
I was gonna say Shrock is definitely losing a lot of pace compared to the silver and there, so might be getting slotted to his position that he should be. So yeah, Aladdin doing good. He's really moving up slow and steady. The growth has been really slow. So we will see where he finishes at the end because I think around 15 more minutes before the first pit stops come in. So the first pit stop window opens. So we will see.
And I believe 8 cylinders, as we just saw, got past Tanish. Oh, and he, as soon as I said that, a bit of commentator's cause, and he does spin out on the exit, and that is really unfortunate, as he had just made the move here on Tanish, and there we see him again in the background, recovered quite quickly, but he did have a little moment, had a little spin, but lost a tad bit of time, but doesn't seem like he has any damage, and it was just about 3-4 seconds of loss, so he should be fine for now, but that is a crucial mistake you don't want to make. And I feel like in the later half of stages we might be seeing a little bit more and more mistakes come creeping in from people.
Yeah, I think 8 cylinders just went too hot corner at the exit of the corner, so just lost it, went on the grass and just lost it on the exit.
Right, I think he got past Tanish. He got past Tanish and he tried to build a gap as soon as possible, and he pushed a little bit too hard, and that's where the grass came to punish him. As we see, 8 cylinders now gets a drive-through.
Track cut, probably.
I believe drive-throughs are for track cuts, so he might have just pushed too hard and got too many corners than he would have liked. And this race has gone from bad to worse from him. He's had a few incidents, he's had a few swings, but now he does end up getting a drive-through, which is unfortunate. So he should be serving it within the next 3 laps. We'll have an update for you when that goes on. As you see, most of the drivers have not pit yet, but I believe in another 15 to 20 minutes we're gonna have people come in for their first pit stops.
Yep, I think since there is a lull in the action, let's just move on to watching some replays. But
definitely, we can do that.
We might have missed some good action right there.
Right, let's just follow with the start first.
Yep.
As the game seems to just... Okay, there we go. It takes its own sweet time.
Might have to skip. You might have to skip the formation lap.
Definitely, as we can scroll a bit further.
Still in the formation lap. think we're on board P6. That's Ninja Hero. So it looked. I mean, at first glance, it looks pretty pedestrian, but I think people just kept it clean, kept their noses clean. There was one driver on the inside, and Porsche lost a lot of time the exit of turn one. The Ninja
Definitely, but they
kept
did
it
keep
quite
it
clean.
clean. That's a
Front,
lot of
the
cars
top,
going into that
yeah,
corner.
yeah, top 10 looks really clean. I think the bottom half of the grid might be some contact,
It's,
but
we did see
top 10 looks
someone.
pretty. We just saw someone go off in the club section, so might have been Charlie by that looks like. Looks all clear right now. People following each other, just like a traffic jam going around one after the other, trying to make space for themselves as we
As you
onboard
see,
Charlie
Casey
right there.
trying to make moves, being a little bit aggressive in the start, trying to gain this position as he did before he had that little incident. As you see, that
Oh,
was
action
Tanish.
was well before. Action was before. Top of the grids. Yeah,
Right.
great position.
As you see a Lambo just all over the place with possibly lag. But you see Casey trying to make his moves and everyone getting so close to each other.
Yep. Well, on the edge of everything, and there is
Oh,
the contact.
slight bit of tap from it seemed like that was Charlie
As,
Lock to Kake.
as we see another car just stranded on the exit of the corner as Kake goes wide. That tries to rejoin like Kimi Raikkonen didn't.
Yeah, but
Luckily, oh
oh,
my god!
we had Electric absolutely send it. And how did we end up missing that? Because Electric absolutely forgot he had brakes on his car and just almost killed the Ferrari of Kake over there.
I think let's move on to the racing up front because I think at the end of lap 2 there was some issues with him
Definitely.
and Ghost, if I'm not wrong.
I can just get the heads-up display on. I'll be able to. There it is.
Looks all good right now. If you can skip maybe 20
Yep,
more
we can
seconds or
skip a
something, I
few
think
seconds and see what happened.
looks all good for now. Going with the middle sector, looks all good. We're really happy. I'll be happy that he kept his nose clean. Maybe unaware of the power cut that's gonna happen to him. Yeah, it's gonna break
Yeah,
his heart, but
unfortunately.
unfortunate, really unfortunate.
Let's go forward a
He
little
looked
bit more.
he looked really quick in the first stages, so it's really robbed us of a really great battle between uh, Mamasum and him. So
Oh, I
yeah,
think we might have lost him around the start of lap 3.
no, I think he's still there. I think it might be end of lap 3.
Oh, true, because
He's still there.
I believe he
I
lost
think
his
you're
car.
on. I think you're on board a
I
different
think
guy right now.
I think it.
Oh yeah, we lost. It was
I think
mid
it
lap
sent us
3.
to a different one. Yeah, it was mid lap 3 for sure.
Oh, don't tell me it's going into turn 1. I think it is turn 1 F1. Oh my
Oh,
god. Is that what they... Oh,
uh,
that is so unfortunate for Ghost.
oh, this
Jeez.
is what we wanted to see, but that did not look like a power cut, did it?
I think it might have been, and the FPS, I mean, if he's playing on a laptop, it might have just lost FPS and lost the car. Can be a possibility, but
No, that's
damn, that is
unfortunate.
so
But this is
unfortunate
what,
for Ghost.
yep, this is what ruined the race of Ghost, and as the early saying did disconnect over there, we believe. And yep, that
Yeah,
was race over for him right over there as he disconnects.
that is really unfortunate. I think Casey and we can see one more replay between Casey and Kake. Was it? Yeah, who had an incident going into Meggett and Beckett. So
There
I
it
don't
is.
know which lap it was.
Yes, I can look at. I believe it was right about now where we can see case. Yep,
Yeah, I
Casey
think it was
Kake.
next lap. Might be next.
I believe we were watching this current battle going on. Wow, Casey did go really wide and gets the long
So
side.
that was advantage. Definitely
That
going
definitely
off
was,
that right.
and there it is.
Oh, that was not good from Kake. I think he lost the car there while turning in. What do you think?
Let's have a closer look. Maybe.
Looks like he veered left by a huge margin there. Look at how much left he's going. Look at the trajectory of the car. It's completely off the like he would have gone off the racing line into the curb.
Oh, Ninja lost it as well.
Angel lost it as well. Wow, we missed this.
The Ninja went off, and I'm so confused. What happened over here?
It might be looking at different car.
No, I do believe it was Ninja losing it. There it is.
Yep,
I think he just took a little bit too much curb,
yep. The car just hopped, just bottomed out,
and yeah, right as that. Oh, maybe Kake was thrown off by Ninja losing it. So let's go onboard him to see really quick if he did lose the car. Seems to have. No, it just seems to have.
but look at the trajectory. He's going from such a. I mean, it looks like a slam dunk penalty in my books, but you'll see what the
Right.
stewards say. But yeah,
As
that is really really weird.
Ninja loses it all on his own over there. I thought maybe he was caught out by something, but definitely that's unfortunate for all of them involved.
Yep.
As we do see a Casey spinning in the background. But do you think we should go back to the live race and
Might
see what's going on now?
yeah, might remind you he did two donuts there, so I'm happy. That's the daily dose. You see
Well,
Kake reversing into the box.
As we do have now people coming into the pits, we have Kake and Sparshori both in the pits. We saw that little bit of reverse, but the grid order now is not so Masum ahead of Alfie by about 15 seconds. Masum has pulled out a huge gap, and this race looks like it's straight away going to him if no one else has an answer. Unfortunately, Go for it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
unless Babaji has made a pit stop, we might be missing because he was P2 well before we jumped
definitely.
on.
Let's check that out. And I don't see any sign of Babaji on the
We might have a second victim of power cut today,
which is
by the looks of it.
Yep, and now it is Masum, Alfie and Prakhar in the podium positions.
Really sad for Babaji. He was doing really really good. He was one of the other drivers who was pulling above the speed. So that is really really bad for him. But we do see this kind of this kind of issues popping up here and there. So he'll definitely try to regroup himself and compete in the next. That sounds older. Move on to the action between Propi and Dwajan. Ferrari versus McLaren, the good old battle in F1. It's going on through the years. Looks like Dwajan is sticking much more towards the corners. He has a better front end than the McLaren looks like. As they say that McLaren does struggle with understeer, so on entry. So yeah, looks like a couple of laps, or maybe as the F1 graphic says by AWS, overtake very easy. Couple of laps might be a similar case to that. 51 minutes to go in the race, and Masum has created around 18 seconds of gap than the person in P2, which is Prakhar, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, Masum is dominating. How would you rate his performance till now?
Till now, it's been absolutely great to watch. and he has been doing really well. And he hasn't put foot wrong, and that's typically what you need to win these races. He has also a lot of endurance racing experience now. He's been on it. He's just been grinding out this game, grinding out some endurance races. He has the mindset to win, and I believe he is doing really well today.
Yep, the competition doesn't have an answer to his pace, and definitely with barring any issues, I don't want to have any commentators first here, but he's looking for the win right there with 18 seconds. It's really huge gap if you are at the top of your game, and it's really difficult to make up those 18 seconds. What Harshit, really good. The pack from P7 to, I would say, P10 is really close.
Yep, they are very close to each other. What I was gonna just say is that there's still 50 minutes left, so don't count anyone out. Anyone can make a mistake. Anyone can, end up in the wall or in the gravel, so it might just turn everything around. So stick around, watch out how this race ends up.
Whoa, it looks like the top. Looks like the people are pitting. More and more people are pitting for mandatory pit stop. What do you think? For 50 minutes to go, people can make the another race from now?
Yeah, I feel like this should be about the time that everyone should put. We're almost nearing the halfway mark, and for people who are going for this straight half and half strategy on fuel, I feel like they will be coming to the pits right now. We see Charlie Lock is already pitted as Aditya gets a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane, I believe.
Unfortunate.
As soon as he comes out of the pits, he gets a drive-through for speeding.
So that might be at the entry because you get a stop with 30 speed in the pit lane itself. Really unfortunate
that
for
could
him.
be the case.
Yeah, really unfortunate for him. So see if this is going to set it back a pit stop. So we'll see if we can get the top 20 along with the DDT as well.
You see Electrip coming in P14, having a slight lonely race, but he has been keeping up the pace and being consistent. We don't really have any close battles going on as it's Harry Rocks and Violent Gandhi just in a train following each other as it has been almost all race long.
OP has pulled out a 1.7. Yep, so he has been churning out those numbers.
Is that a back marker, I believe? Yeah, it is. So Helium just getting through some back markers, and now on P5 he's doing pretty great.
Yep, with Baba's disconnection, he has gotten the top. He's broken into the top 5. So he'll be wanting to get much higher, get in the overall podium maybe. So definitely he'll be looking forward to that final podium score. So Alfie, Masum having of 16.4, 17 seconds gap to Alfie. He's definitely Alfie did not qualify that high, but I think he's doing a very good job. We did see one off Maggots and Beckets in the early laps, but after that it has been really clean racing from him. But Prakhar is really coming into this race. He has kept up to the second position. He has kept up to the second position guy Alfie. So looks good for the win. Maybe Prakhar can to make a charge for the win.
We have seen a lot of late race Prakhar charges, so you can't count him out just yet. Although the gap is big, but you might just see him pull out some magic ray as he does. Also, Ninja Zero has made a pit stop, and he came out behind the car of Ghost, who made a very early pit stop after damage.
Yeah, but I would assume that Ghost have to do one more stop due to fuel, because I don't think you can do now are 20 on fuel with full tank as well. So
You may be right.
it's
So
going
we're
to be
gonna have to
different.
see how this plays out. Maybe he's running on a slightly more fuel saving mode to make it,
Might be,
but we're
but
gonna have to see.
yeah, but I think at his place, I would say a splash and dash will be much better with other than fuel consumption. Sorry, fuel conservation. So
True.
yeah, we will have to figure out at the end because I feel that Ghost might be pitting one more. As we see a
As
lot
we
of
see a
people coming into.
bunch of cars coming into the pits all together.
Yep, the top runners. I think 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, all are into the pits at the same time. 9th through 12th has been on the pits. So yeah, that is going to be interesting. Who comes out? I think Propi was leading the charge or
He
leading
was.
this pack. So let's see who gets the best pit stop. Who takes more fuel? You don't know the fuel loads or of fuel loads of all the people who started the race. Some might have overfueled. Some might have taken less fuel to get the time advantage. So
Very
it
true.
all
And
can.
the outlap is going to be very, very crucial as well, as we have so many cars coming in together and going out together. If they're going to be trying to push and racing each other, it's going to be quite risky with the colder tires and the tires not up to temperature. So we're going to have to see how it does play out. As Propi is now heading out of the pits, he is the first one, I believe. No, there is a car ahead
No,
of him.
he got jumped by Dwajan in the pits. I don't
He
think
got
he had
dumped
a
by the oil.
best.
Maybe he had some damage he was fixing, but
Oh, he comes out just before Ninja, who's trying to send it down the inside into Maggots
and
and
he does
Propi.
send it.
Yeah, being nice just gave him the way. That's because his tires are not up to temperature. He knows that. So the good racing, good conservative racing, the punch right there. But
Right, there's no point
yeah,
fighting him
Ninja.
as of this point, so it's good to give him away and just warm up your tires and then go on an attack.
Yep, Ghost has moved up to P10. He would really want to stay in that position. He wants to get good points from today. So he will be looking forward not make the final pit stop as Masoom is yet to make his pit stop. He is around 18 seconds in front of Alfie again. Masoom taking his customary wide line out of stow. It has given him drive-throughs before. I think in one of the last AOR races, he got a drive-through there. So don't count a drive-through out. Masoom is known to push the car to its maximum limits, but in doing so, he sometimes oversteps the limit and gets a track cut. So we don't want that to our competitors and to the racers. So but let's just look out with the drive-throughs as well. Can change the order.
And speaking of drive-through, we see Tanish has gotten a drive-through now.
Yep, creeping up slow and steady because we have crossed the halfway point and people might have racked up more than 3 points. So yep, we may see some more drive-throughs coming up for that.
As now we only have a very few drivers who haven't pit yet, and number one is Masoom and Alfie, and we have Akbar Kumar currently in running in P3 without pit stops, and Ashrock in P4 without pit stops. So once they do pit and come out, it's going to be interesting to see how the strategies do line out.
Yep, I'm really intrigued to see where Prakhar comes out. If he can jump Alfie.
Definitely, Prakhar is
So
currently in P5, but there are a lot of cars between him and Alfie right now.
he's a net P3 at the moment, barring Alfie having a bad lap and pit stop. So
Right.
he'll be wanting to jump Alfie because I feel he was being held by Alfie at that instant when we were went on board. So see, as Alfie is into the pits, we can see from the overall time left.
Right.
He's let's just follow Prakhar and see where he comes out the end of the lap.
And what do you think? Is he gonna make the jump? Is he gonna get the position over him?
Looks, it might be. He's well ahead of Panda, 14 seconds. So I would say he gained a little bit in the pit stops, but we should not count out we don't know the fuel loads of Alfie, what he was running. So I can't say definitively, but I would say Prakhar at this moment is looking good to get provisional PP. Rounding out the final corner, and Alfie is still in the pits. He hasn't gotten the exit, so it'll be close. It'll be close. doesn't look to be close as Rucker just literally past him. And Alfie is just the expert exit, so yep, definitely is close. And yep, Rucker does jump Alfie
There
after
we
the
go.
first pit stop. Yep. That's a really good strategy from Rucker, try to undercut, but he does need to remember that he would have taken more fuel compared to Alfie, so we'll see what happens at the end.
Right, but and there we go with the trucker just letting the back markers know that he is
He loves
coming
flashing,
and to
doesn't
give
he?
them away. Yep, he does. And to be fair, who doesn't love flashing the lights at the drivers ahead?
Let's keep the innuendos out of it, but yeah.
No one does. Only racing talk. But as we see now,
Who's
Supreme Leader Aladdin now has a drive-through.
he might have sped into the pit lane. That is really unfortunate for him. Or did he get a drive through before and he's serving it? Might be that.
I think this is him
Uh,
serving the drive-through after his pit stop.
yep, that's really unfortunate. And he gets a stop. Oh no, that's
Now he has to stop and
literally
go 30 seconds.
that's literally piling of pain, dude. That is really unfortunate for him. That's gonna be the end of the race. It might take him out of the top 20. So
Yep.
that's really still gonna be disheartening for him.
That is, now we see almost everyone have done their pit stops except Spurs Jury and Shrock. So everyone has completed their mandatory pit stops. Let's see what close battles we do have brewing up currently. We have Masoom just lapping all the people, and he has made his pit stop as well and come out. Let's see the closest gap to him and Prakhar Vats. It's about 20 seconds, 22 seconds. So it's a lot more than when we did see them a few laps behind.
Yeah, Masum has been putting the consistent times and he has not been held up by the back markers, not in the fight. So definitely he'll be putting in those consistent laps and try to get the advantage up. So yeah, he has been driving well for now. He'll be wanting to keep the consistency up and to get to the checkered flag the last and see out this last 38 minutes race.
Yep, definitely it's gonna be interesting. You're gonna have to see when Shrock comes in for his pit stop, because
He's
that
definitely
might,
taking it far the race.
yeah, and I feel like that might just put him in net after the pit stop. He might just come out in somewhere around P6, around Helium or Ghost. We're gonna have to see how that goes. But let's check up
And
on
the pit
Helium
stop
and
is around
Ghost.
pit stop is around I would say a minute because the pit lane is it's small, but the pit lane speed limit is quite
Right,
low.
so he might just drop
As
somewhere into the top 10s.
yeah, he'll be up there. I think it'll be near Propi and the Punch. So,
Right.
Propi and Dwajin. So yep,
So
and
we now have,
he'll be on much fresher tires. So yeah.
Akbar, Kumar and Ninja Zero. Ninja's just closing up the gap on Akbar with the gap now just 0.5 of a second. And he is going to be trying to make a move. It is the Porsche versus the McLaren. We're going to have to see who this track favors more.
Porsche is a very difficult car to drive, as everyone of the ACC everyone in the ACC community would know. But Akbar driving good, keeping the cars track with the white lines. So he just needs to not make any mistakes, and Desiree would find it difficult to get past. Rock has come into the pits. Yes, he has done around 50 minutes of the race. More than 50 minutes. So yeah, that's really long stint for him. He'll definitely have much fresher tires at the end of the race as we see yellow flag on track. Very brief one. It has been already cleared and it's green flag again. But yeah, so going back to Shrock, I think he'll be coming out around top 15. So he will try to get in the top 10 with those fresh tires, with the use of the fresh tires and low fuel. So just do look out for him. Do look out for him.
as we see now, Dodgen has pulled a gap of about 6 seconds to Violent Gandhi, and Violent Gandhi was trying to make a move on Dodgen earlier, but it seems that he has backed off, and all Dodgen's just had the better overall consistent pace and pulled away. But again, Propi is just about now 2.7 seconds ahead, and it seems like Dodgen is on the chart and might just be catching up to him. As you see two cars again very close to each other, it is Ninja and Akbar Kumar. They're still going at it.
The closest battle on track looks like to be for P6 between the two drivers, Akbar and Ninja. So let's go on board them for some time. Looks like Ninja is trying to eye up again. Just trying to sit back, and I think the Porsche is quite quick on the straights. But by the looks of by initial looks, I think it is quite quick. But Ninja does have, I would say, higher downforce, higher front end grip, but did go wide there, so yeah, it might be counterintuitive what I said. So let's just stop listening to me and just follow it up. Both doing similar lap times, 4 tenths off, but Ninja is definitely feeling the dirtier more than Akbar, and Akbar loses it at the exit of turn 1, and Ninja says bye bye, I'll take that position, thank you, and moves into P6 of the race.
Definitely, that was a bit too easy of a pass for him. But
Yep,
that's what it is.
Akbar
He
had
was
a
just
huge
applying the pressure, putting the pressure on, and someone buckled under it. So that's all he needed.
Yeah, Akbar I think got on the exit curb on the entry curb of turn 1. So yeah, that unsettled the car, and bam, there she goes.
Oh, that was extremely close with Akbar just sending it and almost tapping the rear of Ninja, but they seem to have gotten away with it and it seems to be okay. But Akbar is now on lunging everywhere, trying to put his nose in, as we saw earlier with Aladdin, and he is trying to force Ninja into a mistake now.
Yep, the roles have reversed as we go into the lap. I'm not sure what lap number it is as we go into the final half an hour nearly of the race. And yeah, Akbar would like. We'll see the difference between what Akbar's strategy of passing is and Ninja's, because I feel Akbar does send it a lot more, makes his presence known to the driver up front. So we'll see if Ninja can handle the pressure and make no mistakes while Akbar is charging behind him. One driver I'm really happy to see is Propi in P8. He has been driving really consistently. I think barring the initial bad start, he has driven really well. He has handled the pit stops pretty well. Didn't get any drive-throughs. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Didn't until now didn't get any track warnings or track cut DDTs. So yeah, I'm really impressed by him. What do you think?
Definitely, he has made a good comeback from the unfortunate incidents he's had. He is in the top 10 currently in P8, and I feel like he will be making some more moves in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, hopefully we all hope that he can give us a good show. And yeah, the battle between Ninja and Akbar still continues. Half a second is the gap as Porsche gets a much better exit compared to McLaren, but I don't think there is enough overspeed in the Porsche to get past the McLaren down into Stowe. And yes, right there, and Akbar is still, I would say, stuck behind. Both are kind of equal on pace, and Akbar is trying to manage the dirty air and try to not overheat the tires and ruin it. Beautiful flames coming out of Ninja's car's exhaust. So yeah, that looked quite cool. That was a good exit from Akbar, and his goes wide out of turn 1 and going into Arena and Abbey. It's pretty close right there. As who's that moves out of the way? I think that's Kake who moves out of the way. Yeah, pretty cool. And Kake just goes straight on, try to move out of the way, which is not good for his lap times as well. So that is really a bad lap traffic management. Looks pretty close. Akbar is trying to get a move on Ninja, but he's unable to do so as Ninja is driving really good, trying to hit the apexes right there and make his car as wide as possible. And Akbar is still doing pretty good and trying to keep up as we move on to the next lap. And to turn one, Akbar doesn't get any moments right there, or moments as he got the previous lap. So we will see what happens at the exit of Chapel. Look at the understeer that he's getting due to
While
dirty
this
air.
battle goes on,
That-
we see Propi is now just edging closer to this battle and is trying to get in. He was about 3.5 seconds behind, but now he's just 1.8 seconds, and it seems like he is now gaining and benefiting off both of this battle it out.
Yeah, I think Ninja was out of these three. I think Ninja is the one who stopped much earlier. I would say a couple of laps, or 3 laps. So yeah, looks like he's already struggling with his tires right there. So these two might need to get a move on or ruin their tires, as we saw in the earlier stint with the tires.
As
Let's
Akbar
wait
takes
for
a way tighter line than Ninja. Ninja going a bit wider, losing the time, not exactly hitting the apex. So I feel like Akbar is a bit more in control of his car and just doing what he wants it to do. So he might just have the upper edge on this battle. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Yep, Ninja is doing the bare minimum to stay ahead of Akbar, while Akbar is just biding his time. Gets a much better exit out of Abbey and going into the vertical straight. The car doesn't look like it has good top speed. Ninja just pulls away from the Porsche, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be really difficult for Akbar to find a place because the Porsche doesn't look that quick with the setup that he has.
Definitely, I feel like Akbar might be the faster driver, but the straights just leave him helpless, and he has no chance against McLaren.
Yep, he has to do it in one of the corners probably after Stowe. He has to send it down the inside of the club section. That looks like to be one of the most feasible positions for him to get the position done, get the move done. So
As you
we will
see
see
a
what
couple
happens
of
in
people
this lap.
diving into the pits. We have Charles Leclerc, we have Aditya and Sparsh Jory all diving into the pits. I believe these are the people who made early pit stops. And like you said,
Yep.
as for the case of Ghost, that the fuel may not last till the end. So these people are maybe just playing it safe, taking the last 30 minutes, refueling the cars, changing the tires possibly, and then coming out again for the rest of the race.
Yeah, Ghost. I'm still questioning whether Ghost needs to pit or not. But 27 minutes to go. I would say he still needs to pit, because making 1 minute. How much was it? 1 minute 20 or 1 hour 25 minutes on one fuel tank is a lot on this track.
Right, and I
So
think
even
Ghost's
after
tires are also almost dead,
yeah, it's
and
going to be.
because we have
Definitely
Ninja
he's
now
going to
just
be struggling.
3.5 seconds behind him, and we have
Pack is
he's
really coming closer. Do you think? Yeah, the
right.
pack is
The pack is really
closer.
close right now. Although there are some back markers in the few people that we are seeing here, but I feel like Ghost is losing a lot of time now. We're gonna have to see once he crosses the line what the exact lap times are, but it doesn't seem like he's very comfortable driving that car or is extremely quick right now. I believe he might just have to come in for a final pit stop.
I would say he has already driven an hour on that tire set. So yeah, it looks like he needs to pit again. Because the car does look a little sluggish while turning in. So maybe we'll wait. Maybe he'll pit in the last 10 minutes. Maybe we'll in the last
Right,
15 minutes. Maybe he'll pit next lap.
right, as he still is doing respectable times with a 2 flat, so maybe
The pack
he
behind
is
him are 6
considering
tenths a
them.
lap quicker.
Definitely, he will lose a bunch of positions as Aladdin is right on the string trying to unlap himself, as Ghost is struggling a tad bit right now with tire wear.
Yeah, battle behind Ghost is really hotting up right now. 3 cars are within 2 seconds right now. So yeah, that is really. Let's move on to the battle at the back, because I think all 3 cars are really close. This is the part I think Akbar has to send it if he wants to make a move. But no, he decides otherwise. And Ninja goes really wide and tries to cut the corner. Akbar goes around the outside, and that's a beautiful move done by Akbar around the outside of
And
Ninja around
that
the
was a
left side.
straight Uno reverse where the latter did the same thing and the other one just got the position. So both of them
Yep.
have made it
Now
extremely easy for each other to get the position. They have put the pressure on, but now Ninja will be trying to get back at Akbar Kumar and try to get that position back.
that was more of Ninja making a error and then Akbar trying to get a brilliant move done. I think as you said right now, they made the move easy for themselves to do it. So yep, as will be interesting to see if Akbar can create a gap because Ninja is at the back of his car yet again, trying to see where he can make a move. And by at this time, I think he will know that the Porsche is really slow on the straight, so he'll definitely try to get a better exit and just blast past him on the Wellington straight or Hampton straight. Because might be a ding dong battle going for the next 24 minutes.
Definitely, this might be just as Sparsh Jory finally comes into the pits for his first and last pit stop, I believe.
Oh, he did it again. Ninja did what Akbar did in the turn
Yeah,
one.
he
So yeah.
just loses it and loses a position and a bunch of time. But thankfully, he has kept fair control of the car. Didn't spin out, didn't get damaged. Had a slight moment, but has recovered. Although losing close to 5 seconds,
3 seconds.
and
Yeah.
5 seconds and a position to Pro P. At least he's still in the race and can make that position back.
Yeah, Ninja seems to be struggling on his tires a lot compared to the other competitors. So yeah, I think pitting early definitely wasn't the smarter choice. But that for now, I think he just want to finish, get rid of the 23 minutes and try to get the position, or maybe capitalize on any mistakes.
Absolutely. And as we see, Pro P is now inherited that position and come to P7. So this shows you how endurance racing does work, because someone who maybe in the first few laps has an incident, does really badly, he can still come back, be well within the points, and if you have the pace, you can do absolutely anything in an endurance race. As we see, Charlie Luck now gets a stop and go 30 seconds penalty, and I believe that might be for speeding in the pit lane.
Yep, that's a slam dunk stop go if you go. Maybe if you engage second gear, the pit limiter goes off. So yeah,
Yeah, the
maybe
pit
that's one of
limiter
the
doesn't
issues
work in
that-
second. Yeah, I've done that multiple times.
Yeah, it's really annoying, but that's how it works in real life. So that's what they put it in the game. So makes sense.
So, team leader Aladdin, even after his stop and go and his drive through, he's still in P16.
Yep.
That's quite
see.
a good result, I would say, for him. Despite everything that's happened in this race to him, he still kept it together and is ahead of a lot of people.
Yep, but as a racer, I would still think he would have wanted the top 10. But yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Most definitely,
Keeping
but
it
it
clean.
is a decent recovery after all what happened. So I think
Yep.
best case, this is one of the best cases for him right now.
We haven't seen Casey in a long while. Is he still in the race or has he?
Let's see. I do not see the car of KC66. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he might. Either he had a technical difficulty or might have decided to say it end of the day. So,
Right, and that way I praise Supreme Leader Aladdin, because despite getting a stop and go and a drive through, he did not give up. He's still driving, he's still racing, and still fighting for positions.
Yep. What's the status up front? I think Masum is still churning that time.
Status up
Putting in the
front
lap
is, let's see, Prakhar Watts is about 18 seconds off, or 19 seconds off Natsumasu. So, I mean, the gap was about 22 seconds, so he has made up about 4 seconds, but over the course of the last 15 minutes. So, This does seem like a slam dunk victory for Masoom, but so much can go wrong in 20 minutes, so let's not call it until the checkered flag.
Yeah, I have witnessed that in person. One of the last seasons, one of the last season endurance races, I was P2 and Masum was P1 on the last lap.
Was it Monza, I believe?
Ascari, yep, Ascari
Yep,
Monza, he just lost it last lap, the
yep,
last
yep,
lap.
yep.
So
And I remember I was
that's
streaming that
how.
day as well.
Yeah. So let's not jump too much. I for the sake of not wanting to have anyone lose it like that again. So let's just hope that Masum keeps it on track.
Definitely.
But Prakhar is catching him. To be honest with you, it's around. I mean, the gap looks to be jumping up and down a lot. Down to 16 right now. But yeah, it looks like Prakhar did have the pace, outright pace. Masum might have just gotten wrong tire pressures, but Prakhar, by the looks of it, if he didn't get stuck or made a mistake, no, are you kidding me?
What happened? Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no, no,
are
no.
you kidding me?
Do you think we jinxed
This
it?
is yes, definitely.
This
Oh
is
no.
really unfortunate, and for the viewers who are watching, if you may not have noticed, the man who has been in P1 ever since lap 3 and for the past however long you want to call it, but it seems like he has disconnected, which is really
This
unfortunate, as
is heartbreaking.
he
This is
was
heartbreaking.
20 seconds into the lead and pushing on, and it seemed like he had this one in the bag, but unfortunately he has disconnected, and that's going to be really disheartening for him, and we feel sorry that happened.
This is really something that I don't want upon
I
my
I feel like
commentators.
we called it too early, and this is what I was talking about when I said we don't call it until the checkered flag. But I don't want to say commentators curse, but
Yeah,
that is sad.
whatever it is,
That is
commentators
sad.
first. It's very bad luck because he was dominating from lights out.
Absolutely, and this is
Uh,
again one of the cases like we had in Monza last season, where it was seemed like a slam dunk victory, but something or the other goes wrong, and just in the last
just,
maybe even the 15 minutes of the race, it gets shaken up
so
like this.
that's three commentators, three drivers that face technical difficulties as as far as I know. So that
Right, and
is
let's see who all we have lost today. It is we lost W Singh, if I'm not wrong. We lost who else? We lost Casey. We lost Baba. We lost Masoom. That's 4. And is there anyone else you recollect who might have disconnected?
Davlish, Casey. Yeah, only four to five. Off the top of my head, I think these were the ones. Yep, I've just it looks like he just got internet issues.
Oh no!
He
Did
just
Panda disconnect?
disconnected.
Did Panda disconnect as well?
Did he?
Oh my God!
What's up with the disconnections right now?
Panda has disconnected as well, as we have him in our chat saying, "I'm gutted." Even 8 cylinders disconnected.
What is going on with the server? Is this server?
Oh no, I don't know
Oh, this is
what's happening because Panda is disconnected. We have Rishi Gan in chat as well, or as we know him, Babaji, and he he says lights out and away we go to AM class.
he's mad. I know he's mad. He's definitely gutted. that he
Yeah,
got
we have.
disconnected.
I think we might have lost 8 cylinders as well. Let me take a quick look. And doesn't look like we have 8 cylinders either. I don't know what's happening over here, but this is really unfortunate for everyone who disconnected. And wow, I can say that's about maybe 6-7 drivers facing this issue who disconnected. Even Panda, who is doing so well in this race, just dropped out. 8 cylinders as well.
Yep.
So that's really unfortunate. Maybe it's a server related issue. We don't know yet. We will be taking a look after the race. But as of
Yep,
now, we have
we
Prakarvats in P1, Alfie now in P2, and look who there is in P3. It is Helium himself in P3. But I believe Akbar Kumar is catching up right at the back of Helium, so this might just go down to the wire with 15 minutes left. The third spot of the podium might just be open.
Yep, Helium has been doing really great. I don't want to praise anyone too much now because I feel this might lead to them disconnecting. So what I'm just gonna say right now is he's doing really great, and if he keeps his position, damn, he needs to have that promotion to the silver class.
Right, and I wonder what happened in the battle between Ninja and Akbar, because Akbar got past Ninja, then he got past Pro P, pulled out about 6 to 7 seconds, and now he's in P4. So that's a little bit of action we did miss over there.
Yeah, Akbar going really quickly. Who was it in the battle? I think it was Akbar, Ninja who were making mistakes. I think Pro P.
Yeah, it was Akbar, Ninja, Pro P. So Ninja, like you said, he was struggling with his tires. He had that little moment, and then he lost the position to both Pro P and Akbar. He has caught up a little bit, I think. He has caught up to Pro P, but Akbar in the clean edge just absolutely flew away from them.
Yeah, looks like it. Well, let's move down the grid. What do you think? Because I think the top of the grid looks to be set as of now. But yeah, what happens in the back of the grid is also important.
Definitely, I feel like we have some cars just retired in the pits. Oh, as we are
Masoom
not
is
so
back.
Masoom join in at the end of the pack in P19.
I think it's a
It's-
good choice one because he'll still get classified into P19 and get the points, which is really crucial for his championship.
Very true, and
So,
I believe he's ahead of Sid Kulkarni already.
looks like he's a lap. He's one of the. I think Charlie Clerk is 2 laps down, so he'll also be a couple of laps down. I think.
Oh, definitely, that's what happened. But if you disconnect and join back in, does it not reset you to lap 1?
It resets you to the pit lane, yes, and you have to come out of the pit lane. That's what happens.
But does it count like your most recent lap, or does it reset you to something like lap 1?
No, it just basically remembers how much laps you have done.
Okay, fair
Just
enough.
basically it keeps it in that itself. So
So
if the
I
leader
guess
has been
those
100,
extra laps that Masoom did lap everyone has given him 1 position advantage, but it is very, very unfortunate for him.
Yep. So he just basically whenever he disconnects, you get sent back to the pits, and you just if someone gets a lap on you when they go one more, when they complete one more circuits. Masoom and Charlie Clerk are fighting as Masoom sends it down the inside. Will Charlie Clerk comply to that sign? And yeah, definitely. Good move. He'll try to get the P17 and 20 seconds, but that I don't think that'll be an issue. Dawn won't be an issue. 12 minutes to go, but can he make more moves? Can he get better positions? We'll see. As Charlie Clerk tries to send it, but doesn't send it at the same time. So really mixed signals from Charlie Clerk. Masoom just gets the move.
Right, let's take a look at some other battles on the grid. Need to see what's going on.
I think Aditya and Kake have just retired in the pits, I would say.
Yeah,
If an equivalent
no,
of-
Kake is racing. I believe it's Aditya and Sparsh
not
Johari,
Kake, Squash. My
who
bad.
are just. They've just parked their car and they haven't left the session or anything. So it still shows that they're in their pit stops.
Yeah.
So I think Masoom is now on the tail of Kake. That's really quick. There he is. Masoom is on an absolute charge right now.
Yep.
But the
He'll try
McLaren
to
straight
send it-
line catches out the Ferrari and okay, he's a little bit ahead.
Kake.
Masoom just about sends it and there we go, gets the position.
That was quite difficult for him because he was unlapping himself in front of Kake there.
Right.
Yep, he's a lap ahead. So I think Dawn is realistically going to be his final position that he can give because Dawn is around 16 seconds ahead of him, but Kake is a lap ahead. It's right now a lap behind now.
Right. So realistically 11 minutes and 16 seconds. What do you think?
I would say Dawn is gettable, but Kake is too far unless a mistake happens. So let's not say too far, right?
Let's see who else
Ghost.
is close by. We have
I'm not
Ninja
sure
and
if
Propi
Ghost has
now.
made another mistake. I'm not sure if Ghost has made another pit stop because he has fallen from P5 all the way to P10. He has fallen behind this group. So yeah, I think Ghost has made another pit stop.
Maybe yes, you were right. Maybe the last 10 minutes Ghost has gone for the splash and dash. Just a little bit of fuel and the final stint of the race.
Yeah,
But
we'll
a
see. We
P10
might-
is still
we might see.
quite a good result for him considering the strategy he was on.
Yeah, he'll be really happy with the move, but he'll be really sad with what happened with it because it's really unfortunate.
As the closest battle we have right now is between Nomo Pro Player and Ninja Zero, and the gap is just about 3 tenths. Ninja did have a mistake of, I would say, about 15 minutes ago. He was about 4 to 5 seconds behind Propi, but he has made up the gap and is now on the charge and trying to get past him for 5th place.
Yep, Ninja seems to be getting his composure back, getting the consistency up to the standard that he needs to get past the pro player, and he'll be looking forward to make a move and try to get the P5 and get to the top 5.
Right. As we see, the battle between Akbar, Kumar and Helium is still going on. Helium is still about 1.3 seconds, which is more than what we saw last time.
Yep,
So I
Helium
feel
is
like
really
Helium is holding his own, and with just about 9 minutes to go, this is gonna go down right to the line, right down the wire.
Yep, definitely. Prakhar is quite ahead of Alfie.
So Alfie looks very comfortable. In the P2 spot, Prakhar is about 12 seconds ahead, and Helium is about 28 seconds behind. So Alfie honestly just needs to basically just drive it to the end. That's pretty much it. And secure his P2 spot.
Yeah, don't get any track cuts, get any unnecessary.
Right, just keep it clean, and maybe you can take it a bit more conservatively, knowing that you have 8 minutes left, and maybe the tires are going to go off the cliff, so you might just want to relax and drive and just treat it like a Sunday drive and safely finish.
Yeah, I think Ninja and Dipanshu are really close.
There they are.
Marker just said 0.2.
Right, and this battle has been going on for a few laps. Ninja has been holding on and not dropping back, so he might just end up sending it very soon. Oh, and he sent it, he did. Just at the wrong spot as he cuts a good section of the track, gains a tad bit advantage. Hopefully that's not a track cut, because he might not have any more.
I think if he would have overtaken the Panshu due to the overspeed by cutting the car, I think he should have given it back. But yeah, he's still behind. Try to fight for another day.
As it is ever so close, and let's see, it's about again 3 tenths of a second. On the straight, the McLaren has a lot more straight line compared to other cars, but right, both of them are in equal machinery. Just the differences between the tire strategies and the fuel strategies. So we're gonna have to see how it plays out. It comes down only to driver skill at this point.
I think the battle up in front of these two also has sorted up, because I think it's 0.3 between the two. Akbar would definitely want to be in the top 3.
Right, I think they are really close right now. There we go. Helium and Akbar is now right on the tail of Helium, and it is the Aston Martin versus the Porsche, as the Porsche is trying his best to get past. He chased him down for a few seconds. Now they're down to just 2 tenths, and this battle is going to become very spicy indeed.
Yep, the Porsche doesn't have a straight line speed, but he might want to just go. He might just have enough speed to go side by side into Stowe and send it down the inside because of its superior grip, the front grip. So let's see. This does get a mediocre exit right there, so it's difficult for him to go side by side.
Right, I think he lost a tenth or two of the exit, but In the corners is where the advantage of the Porsche is compared to the other cars. There we go. We see it. He's already made up 3 tenths in just that one corner, and almost side by side.
He sent it down. Tries to go around the outside. Helium keeps it on the racing line, and there's no place for Akbar to get past Helium.
Just about parks the buses with some good defense.
I'm really impressed with how Helium has driven. Really pulled above his weight, as I said it again, and yeah, looks like he might be able to keep Akbar behind, but there's still 5 minutes to go. Gets a good exit from the corner, but again we know Porsche will not have the straight line speed to get past the Aston Martin on the straight, so he will tuck behind him again and try to go around the outside into this corner. There is no space. He decides to get a cutback line, sends it down the inside, and which turns it to the outside into the final corner. And but still, Helium keeps it on the racing line. There's no space for Akbar, and Helium. That's a brilliant defense from Helium right there. The battle is not up yet. Akbar is trying to send it, try to show that he's behind him, and moves behind Helium into instead of turn 1, gets a much better exit. Will he send it down the inside? Really, really bad move he does, but no, there's not enough overspeed to
He
do
chooses
it,
not
but
to, and I think that it was a good chance. As we've seen what happens when 2 go into 1 over there. It's not a good outcome. So I think he played it smart, sticking behind and getting him somewhere else instead.
He got a much better exit compared to the last lap, so he'll try to get that inside line yet again and try to send it around the outside, maybe have a different speed, and he tries it. The car doesn't want to turn. There's a lot of air wash, and there he goes. Exit.
And because of that, he has dropped a few tenths. So the gap was just about 2-3 tenths. It has dropped to about 6-7 tenths. But he will be resetting and trying again. With just 3 minutes left into the race, that's close to 1.5 laps. So very soon we're going to be on a final lap. And let's go to our leader to see how he is doing. And our leader here, Rakarvats,
Yeah.
who would have thought?
We'll have a couple of laps. Yep, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
No, I just thought we'd check in with him. But yeah,
He's
who
doing
would have
good.
thought Rakarvats P1?
Yeah, definitely. But he has shown quite good pace. To be honest, he was
No,
keeping up with
that
Martin.
was sarcasm. That was sarcasm.
I know. I figured while you were
Rookie,
speaking.
the ACC rookie, again on the podium, which seems like again
Yeah.
in P1.
Yep.
It's always
Stream
good to see.
People in his stream will be really happy. Definitely.
Definitely.
Of course, if you guys want to just catch him live, he's doing.
So there we go. The gap is now just in the hundredths of a second as they're about to go side by side. Helium and Akbar Kumar have been at it, and just in the final few laps, they're ever so close, and they are now side by side. Little bit of touching, but they seem to be alright. Now going into maggots and into Beckett's.
Washer
Helium
looks
still
really,
stays
really-
ahead, but Akbar is on the charge and putting the pressure. One mistake from either of them, and that's the race for both of them. So this is really interesting. As we see, there are 3 cars. Do you see behind them? It's
Yeah, I think
Topi,
it's the
Ninja,
Supreme.
and Aladdin.
Yeah.
And although Aladdin's not fighting for position, but they are all on track fighting. Let's take a really quick look at what's happening over here. As yep, Aladdin does give the position, but it has cost Ninja tad bit of time as Topi stays ahead. And there we go. Akbar Kumar just sends it down the inside, gets the move done, and we're gonna have to see if Helium has any response to him. Akbar was on a charge. He tried to move multiple times over there, but this time he does get it done and makes it stick for now. But we're gonna have to see if Helium can just turn it back. As
Oh my God, that was not what we wanted to see right there.
there it is, guys.
That was an audacious move from Helium right there.
On the final lap, on the absolute final lap, there we go. There's a mistake. There's a collision. And you know what that does? That gifts positions to Pro P and Ninja Zero, and Helium drops down to P6.
Yep.
That is really, really unfortunate for them. Ninja and Pro P had to take avoiding action to not crash into the car of Helium. But yeah, that was a very, very risky move and not worth it. And that just cost Helium his potential podium position.
Yeah, at the end of the race, I think drivers get really defensive, but there's no space there, and Helium should have known it, should have backed out when it was needed. But yeah, this makes the race interesting because Akbar might have gotten some rear diffuser damage from that, so that would,
It's
and as we go
possible.
in the last lap, it might cost him because Propi and Ninja are just like around 2 seconds away from him. So you would see if Propi can maybe mount a charge and get the position and get in the top three. If you remember. There's going to be a podium place. So that's interesting. Propi can get a podium out of it if he can nail this the final 2 sectors which are going into right now. It's around a second now. As yes,
So
definitely.
it does seem like he has a lot of damage. Now with just 8 tenths on the final lap, we're gonna have to see if Pro P can make a move. As we are heading into sector 2. There is a fair bit of overtaking opportunity coming up, but it is the McLaren again versus the Porsche. Who do you think will prevail?
With the damage Porsche, I would give the Propi a better chance. But I think the leader is rounding up the final corner. If I'm not wrong, with the gap. So
Let's go on
Stevens
board.
finished the race.
And there
and
it
yes,
is.
Prakash after 1.5 hours is a race winner for round 4, and yep, he would have not expected this after the first laps.
Yes, as
Initial
Alfie
laps.
takes P2, as we see Harry Rocks gets a drive through on the last lap. Very unfortunate, but let's quickly go on board this battle right here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Propi is just 1.3 seconds back. He has dropped behind, but Ninja is again on charge. They will be coming around the final corner, and there they are. Ending
Looks
up.
like Akbar is going to just hold on to
Akbar
that P3.
is going to keep the position after a brilliant race. As he comes around the final corner, crosses the line and secures the position of P3. Propi takes P4, and we have Ninja Zero in P5.
Yep, and Helium I think finishes in P6. He should be happy with it. Although the
Definitely.
final lap contact will not please him, but
Oh,
he a very good race, and yeah, that's
he
a
hasn't finished.
lead
He hasn't
guys.
finished. Helium has not crossed the line. I think he just died. He's dropping now. P7,
Yeah.
P8, P9.
I think he has. I think it's just what?
Yep. He just returned to the pits.
I'm pretty sure I saw a checkered flag before he returned to pits.
Nope, there is no checkered flag for him. It seems like he has made a mistake, and everyone who does finish ahead of him, anyone who crosses the line finishes ahead of him. As Harry Rocks
That's a
gets a
very
30-second post-race penalty for that.
It's a very weird thing to do.
I think he, as we saw, he just lost it. We can quickly go into the replay and see what happened, but I'm extremely sure that something happened and he went off. Let's just
If
wait
that's
for
the
replay
case,
to
then
load.
that is really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, he had a great
That's why
race.
folks.
Okay, session is ended. Replay, there we go. Last lap, Helium was.
It looks like he did finish.
I can't seem to spot him.
Yeah, he
Let's
did
see.
finish. I just saw the stream back, and yeah, he did. So yeah, Helium is P6. Finally. Yeah, that might have been the on
Oh
track.
yes,
so-
it probably was. He did finish P6, so we apologize for that. He did finish and then went straight on and went back to the pits. That's alright. As we can run down our final race runner, Prakhar Bhatt takes the win with Alfie in P2 and Akbar Kumar in 3-3. Great try by all three of them. We have Propi with the excellent recovery and into P4. Ninja Zero with a great race as well in P5. Helium, great race in P6. Made few mistakes, but he still made a very good result overall. Dodging in P7, a very strong result for him. Violent Gandhi in P8, P9 KG, Ghost in P10, good recovery. P11 Strock, P12 Harry Rocks with the 30-second postage penalty. Elective in P13, Tanish in P14, Supreme Leader Aladdin P15. We have Kake P16, not so Masum after his unfortunate disconnect after leading almost the whole race. He does finish in P17 after a rejoin. Then we have Shalilok in P18, Dawn in P19, Sid Kulkarni P20. And then I believe we have the DNFs which are Worship the Panda, 8 Cylinders, Aditya, Sparshjori, Babaji, KC, Kaushik Tamala, and W Singh, all of whom seem to have disconnected. So really unfortunate and gutted for them, but hopefully next race we can get the issue sorted out and hope everyone does participate and finish.
Yep. That's
Green light.
really
Go, go,
unfortunate
go.
for those guys. But yeah, we have race winners. I think they might join the lobby for a post race interview. We wait and
Definitely, we
see.
should be pulling them in soon for the interviews.
Yep. I think we have our podium finishers for today's race. So yeah, let's go on to a race winner, Prakhar. Did you firstly? I would like to say after the initial laps, do you think you expected this win?
No, no, not at all. To be honest, I mean, yeah, I mean, didn't have the pace really. I mean, it was luck, purely luck this time. But anyway, I mean, with the luck that I've had for the first, I think 3 rounds, I will happily take this one.
and it was tough. Let's just put it like that. My arms are hurting a lot right now.
Yeah, that definitely that can't be a case. But yeah, we have a tie. I said you will settle this. Let's settle.
Let's say what?
Anyway, this is not a competition, but yeah, we move forward.
No,
So
I
there
mean,
it's
I'm not racing this season, so I don't think I'll have a say. But yeah, the racers can decide what they like.
So yeah, that's pretty good race. I think I said if you don't have any questions, let's move on to the end of the stream. And yep, which it's already late.
That's true. That's true. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We had a great race, and this was our first solo endurance race in the middle of the season. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and that's going to be all from us. Thanks for joining in.